Okay, so welcome back, everybody. I hope you all had a nice half term. The weather was lovely. Um, I'm going to have to start writing your reports in a week or so, and I'm going to be, as a bit positive as I can because I know it's not easy working from home. So I'm not looking to sort of hone in on anybody's bad points. I'm really looking for lots of positives to say. So what I've done, I've sent out an email to most of you where you've got any marks below 40%, because I'm thinking 40% is sort of quite a good cutoff. If you've got over 40%, that's okay. Whereas anything below 40%, I think suggests you haven't really understood the topic. So, I'm not going to tell you off in your reports if you don't get around to doing this, but it would just mean that if I can say, oh, so-and-so's got a really good understanding of all the topics we've done this term, blah, blah, blah. Whereas if you've got some below 40%, I'm probably going to say something like, so-and-so's understood most of the topics this term, but there are a couple they've struggled with a bit, and it would be great if they have the opportunity to go back and look at those, that sort of thing. So if you do get a chance to go back and just try and bump the mark up, please do so. And as I said, if you haven't got an email through, that means that either you haven't got any below 40%, or I've already been sort of chatting to you and your parents about it, and we might have sort of decided that we'll just leave things as they are. Okay, so that was just to ask you all to look out for an email. So more on best value problems today. This proportion topic is ever so important, but proportion just crops up everywhere in the GCSE. For some people, it just comes very naturally for them and they wonder what the fuss is all about. For others, they really struggle to get to grips with it. So it's ever so important. It crops up everywhere in maths. So it's really useful in sort of years 7 and 8 to really hammer it home as often as we can. So we've done one lesson on this already. All this lesson we're going to do, which is Hegarty 766, is we're just going to introduce a little bit more information. So just to remind you of some basics, of course, there are 100 pennies in a pound. So you may need to convert pennies into pounds or vice versa. There are 1,000 grams in a kilogram, and there are 1,000 millilitres in a litre. And a litre is often written as just 1L. Okay, I've written it out there full hand, but do look out. If a question just says 1L, that means 1 litre. Okay, so I think there was only really one type of question I really needed to model for you, because they're all pretty similar. So this is the one I've modelled. So it's 766, as I said. So this is a typical question. I'm just going to. This is a. Oh bother. Sorry, I've just lost the screen. That was my fault. Sorry, just bear with me. I was trying to move something out of the way. I've lost the screen at my end. Okay, I've got it back. So hopefully you can see the screen again now. If one of you can shout if you can't. So typical question. A bag of flour comes in 3 sizes: a small bag, a medium bag, and a large bag. And I want you to get used to writing this out neatly, because in the GCSE, in the GCSE, you would be asked you'd be lots of marks for showing your workings. Clearly, that doesn't apply to Hegarty getting a good mark, but I want you to practice this. So if we've got a small bag, a medium bag, and a large bag, set it out in 3 columns, and then you kick off by just setting out the information you've been given. So for a small bag, we're told that 250 grams costs 40p. For a medium bag, 1 kilogram is £1.25, and for a large bag, 3 kilograms is £3.60. So that top line there, I have just literally copied out the question. Now, to be able to compare and contrast the prices, you need to get them all to being the same quantity. And these questions here are guiding you on what quantity to aim for. So all of these are suggesting convert all of them into having 1 kilogram's worth. Okay, so each of these we want to be saying how much 1 kilogram costs. Now for the medium bag, that work is already done for us. Okay, 1 kilogram costs £1.25. That's why the question didn't ask you to work that one out. Now for the small bag and the large bag, we're going to have to convert our information into 1 kilogram. Now the small bag is the trickier one. 250 grams cost 40p. Now there are 1,000 grams in a kilogram. Okay, just said that a bit earlier on. So to scale up from 250 grams to 1,000 grams, a kilogram, we're going to have to multiply by 4. We're going to have 4 times the amount of quantity, which of course will cost 4 times the amount of money. So for the small bag, our decision is to multiply by 4. So 250 grams becomes 1,000 grams, which is a kilogram, and 40p times 4 is 160 pennies, which is £1.60. So for the small bag, 1 kilogram, £1.60. For the medium bag, 1 kilogram, £1.25. We now need for the large bag to work out how much 1 kilogram is. Now I think it's easier when you're going smaller. If 3 kilograms cost £3.60, to work out how much 1 kilogram would be, we have to divide both sides by 3. 360 divided by 3 is £1.20. Now the question would go and ask you to write, calculate the cost of 1 kilogram for the small and large apples, so that you'd be writing in £1.60 and £1.20. Notice how it asks you to give the answer in pounds and to 2 decimal places, so you're including the penny. And then it's asking you to write the bag that is the better value in the comments. So for this one, the best value is obviously the cheapest one. So the cheapest one here is £1.20 for a kilogram. So you would conclude in your comments with the large bag is the better value. And that's it. Okay, so 766 is what I would like you to do. As always, it would be great if you could do that now. If any of you have got any queries, just as like lots of you do already, make sure you go and let me know through posts. If there are specific questions you're getting wrong, let me know which one you're getting wrong. I can go and have a look on Hegarty and correct it for you and take a photo of it and get it back to you. And then you can see where you've gone wrong and you can get it all sorted this lesson. Okay, so just so we're clear, 40% is what I'm kind of saying is sort of okay. But really, what I think you should be doing, particularly on quite easy topics like these, really you want to turn your mark orange. So I'm really hoping that you'll get 70% or above. Okay, so 40% is okay. All right, and I'm not going to be chasing you to improve it, but I think what you really want to be doing is look at, this isn't that difficult, is looking for 70% or above. And just to recap again, please, in the GCSE, obviously it's not like a Hegarty quiz, you're having to set things out on an exam paper. The way I've set it out here is exactly how they would be wanting you to set it out. So it would be super if some of you can practice setting it out properly and going in and uploading that over into Teams like some of you do already. Okay, that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. As always, this is being recorded and it will upload into Teams and I'll upload it onto YouTube in the next few minutes. Okay, cheers, guys. Bye.